Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am finally back one more time. You know what? Let me check my settings and make sure I have the right microphone on because I think the last time I was on the wrong microphone and I didn't bother to check tonight. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this should be the right microphone, so we should be good. Should be good. And looks like I'll be going solo tonight because it's nerd night for Bobby Banks. Nerd night for him, and Coltrane shows up whenever the hell he wants to. And we know how that goes. Let me clean my glasses off here a little bit. It's been a long day getting back into the groove and working and all that good stuff again after some lengthy time off. And so we're now. I did not watch Raw. For any of y'all wanting to know, I did not watch Raw yet. Get my clock set here because I'm smelling this could be a 30-minute night. Let's see. There's Jambi. Now Jambi's one of the people that needs help tonight. She needs help with her electric bill. I think, if I remember correctly, it is about 1,100 pesos. Billy Sellers in the house with his membership. How you doing, Billy? Nice to see you. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all know this or not, or if we've talked about it yet, but we're looking to have Billy on the show in a couple of weeks. Trying to get our feet wet here again, get the ball rolling, get some of these people helped. I've heard Raw was good. I don't know a thing about it, so don't anybody ruin it for me. I think me and my family and a couple of friends are going to get together and probably not watch it until Friday. And then, so we're going to start early and watch Raw, get through all the shit parts of Raw. And then we will get to SmackDown, see how that goes. I'll only ask what Randy Macho Man Satterley in the house. Mylene's needing help. Mylene says she needs help with rice for her and her kids. So that's probably roughly about a 1,500 peso chore right there, 1,000 to 1,500. We'll do what we can. Jambi needs help with her electric bill. Vanessa's in the house. How you doing, Vanessa? So we know who our Facebookers are. That's normally our Filipino fan base there. And so anyway, and like I said, one thing we haven't done, we haven't drained too much donation from you the last 3 weeks because we haven't been here much. So if you have a little bit you can help out with to help these families. Plus, I've got a friend. I just found this out today. My friend Yilaz, that lives in Istanbul, Turkey, she was more or less the tour guide for my son when he was in Istanbul. How you doing, Paul RJ? They went through a horrible earthquake over the past few days. I didn't hear about it. Many of my Filipino friends said they heard about it on their news. I don't remember seeing anything about it here. So I was she sent me pictures of what it did to her apartment that she's lived in since I've known her. They've always wanted to move because that apartment has now been hit by like 3 earthquakes. There's damage to it, even more damage now. But the way the economy is in Istanbul, they can't really afford to move anywhere. So we're trying to help them replace a lot of their stuff that got broken. I know me and my son are going to pitch in what we can as we get paid this weekend. And if that's anything that's in your heart and you would like to help this dear friend of our show, I've known her since probably 2007. She's a big John Cena fan. That's how I met most people. Appreciate that, Billy. Let's see here. For anybody out there that's got $15, $20, $30, whatever you can spare, that's not going to hurt you. I'm not asking anybody to hurt themselves. Me and my son are going to give a lot more than that because, like I said, they got hit pretty rough. And I didn't know anything about it till today. She said she hated to contact me and let me know because she knows what we do for Filipino families. I said, well, hey, you're a family in need as well. And you're in a foreign country that's got a authoritarian dictator leader that doesn't want to do anything for anybody. And there's not much help for them going on right now. So as a matter of fact, Billy, I hate to punk you out any, but man, if you could even do 10 more than that, that would be a big help. I'm trying to get a few $30 donations rolling in because I can add a little bit to that to each one of those and get these families their electric bills paid, their rice paid. And like I said, me and my son are going to do a big chunk to help out Yilaz with her earthquake situation. she's really the only family that I personally know there, but she comes from a large extended family. She's got 5 sisters, an elderly father who's on medical care. He's also legally blind. And so they're having a rough time. And I didn't know about that till today. So if you're in a position to be of any help, even the good Chris's, I know Jazzy Jana helps when she can. Pasta Tart helps when she can. I really appreciate all you all that are not in here in this chat room. Well, thank you, Billy. I appreciate that. And hopefully good luck on getting your golf cart. I know you're working on that as well. And thank you, Billy. Much appreciated. And by the way, if we can raise 60 in here tonight, I got a message from Edge Copeland earlier today. I was telling him a little bit of what all we were facing. He was pumping me for information about Randy Orton and John Cena. And I said, well, I've chatted with both and I'm not at liberty to say anything. And I'm going to tell you why. They haven't even told me, in my hand to God, they have not told me anything about what to expect for that match other than to be entertained. So, but I've chatted a little bit with Randy and John and John's father. And he hasn't tipped off much. So we'll see how all that goes. And I didn't really want to know. I mean, I don't like to know what the hell they're going to do. I like to be surprised if at all possible. So, but yeah, Edge said that if we could raise 60 in here tonight, he will match 50 of that and force me to stay a whole hour. So I told him I would announce that. But he says in order to get his 50, we got to raise 60 in here tonight. We cannot take pledges for later in the week because I'm doing a show Thursday too, trying to raise money for these people. And so let me see if we have anything in the house so far. Let's see. We got Randy the Macho Man Satterley with a $20 challenge. Thank you, Randy. Very kind of you. And I thought I saw another one go through, but maybe not. Reddit does not donate, so that ain't them. No, I just got the $20 challenge from Randy Macho Man Satterley. So if we can raise $40 more in here tonight, Edge Copeland said he will match 50 of that. And if anybody is interested in any of the autograph pictures that I've got, I did find. I appreciate it, Billy. Well, like I said, I'll be doing a show Thursday, so we'll count that towards the Thursday donations, and I appreciate that. I don't know if we're going head to head with anything to speak of tonight. It is Tuesday night. I had a big work day today. Got a lot done, a lot of good stuff done. Regenerated some old contracts of hotels we hadn't dealt with in about 5 years. So my boss with that job was pretty happy today. And because those old contracts are hard to get back once you lose them. But unlike a certain so-called president, I actually can negotiate. So, because if you don't lie to people, they will trust you, and many times they will come back. And that's what we had to count on. So, like I said, we got 20 in the house last night. Hello, King. He's a fan of the show. I love Scooby. I love Choco. I'm a huge John Cena, Randy Orton fan. Well, there's a lot of people that are. No doubt about that. Maybe we can get you to be a big enough fan that you'll get a membership to the show and maybe even make a donation to help our families out, because that's kind of why we're here. This is what we do. I don't really give a big old rat's ass how many viewers we get. Sometimes we do real good. Sometimes we don't. We got only about 20 of you watching right now. Sometimes that goes up because a lot of times the notifications sometimes don't hit people till 15, 20, 30 minutes after the show starts. So we'll see if we get any more viewers in here tonight. We've got a lot of new viewers that watch the show and never donate. They don't even comment because they know we'll ask them for some type of a donation. So, and we do. We don't. Let's see. Daniel Lemley with a $20 donation. So there's 40 in the house. Appreciate it, Mr. Lemley. $20 challenge from Daniel Lemley. $20 challenge from Randy the Macho Man Satterley. Matter of fact, I think Randy Satterley is going to be coming back down to visit me soon. Because I know he's going to be in the near future wanting to pick up his Trish Stratus autograph. He has committed to buy that. We are working on getting some autograph pictures of Randy Orton. Working on that through Herb Simmons and Randy's father. I didn't want to bug Randy with it because he's got a lot on his plate right now. So I don't want him tracking around trying to find a post office or anything. But if I can bug his father and Herb Simmons. And they told me they were going to work with me on that and see if we can't get at least one picture, maybe 2 or 3 autograph pictures of Randy Orton to auction off here on the show. And we're going to work on it. I'll let you know when and if we get them. It's great. AEW has a sold out show in Mexico. I wouldn't know because it's hard for me to watch AEW. And they have not been selling out many shows in America. That's for damn sure. They've been working half of houses quite a bit. And I do got some people in here that enjoy watching the AEW shows. Donald Flowers is one of those. He enjoys the shows. And now remember, membership has its privileges. So if you have a badge or make a donation, we will answer your questions and respond to you. Otherwise, you are just watching the show because that's what the memberships are for. That's what the donations are for, is to let you interact live with the show. So we appreciate it. Well, and like I said, you haven't got a badge, haven't made a donation, but I agree. Competition is good, and we'd like as many of our wrestling brethren to be able to get a payday that can. So I'm all for the TNAs, the NWAs, the AEWs to put out a good product and give good people a job, because the WWE can only hire so many. You saw how many of them didn't even get a WrestleMania payday, which they made up for it on that table, ladders, and chairs match. I did see that. A lot of psychotic shit was done that could have ended countless careers in one move. I did hear that Pat McAfee is going to be facing Gunther at the Randy Orton John Cena show. That's just what we're going to call it, because that's what it's going to be in St. Louis, Missouri. Which, with that happening in St. Louis and for Randy, and but what I don't like, and I've already expressed this to both of them, is that is that Cena said, "I'm doing appearances. I'm not doing wrestling shows. I'm retiring with the belt. I don't have to defend the belt. You can't make me. You can't make me wrestle. And I'm doing appearances," which is what he should have said. And he should have just coasted on out, retired with the belt, and called. But now he's given Randy a title shot in under 30 days of when he won the belt, or right at 30 days. So I disagree with that. I don't think that was the way to do it. I think he should have made Randy beg and plead, and then maybe towards the very end, something gets put up. You can't put up Randy's hair because he doesn't have any hair to put up. I don't know what you'd have him put up, but, you know, it's not the way I would have done it. Let's see. Queen Jasmine just woke up, says hello to everybody watching the show. Hi, Queen Jasmine. And Jambi, like I said, needing help with her electric bill, but we've only raised $40 so far. Giselle is needing help with rice. That is Mango's daughter. Mango's mother. You can't make me get one. Well, I'll tell you what I can't do, smart ass. That's what I can do. There we go. That is what I can do. So if you think you're going to come in here, now I try to be nice to you people. And if you think you're going to come in here and be a fucking smart ass and brag that you don't donate and do not get a badge and support this show in any way, then go blow a cow. Because you ain't going to pull that shit on me. You'll get your little comment. Now you can go make another fake account and see how that works out for you. But I don't give 2 shits if you watch the show or not, if you're not supporting the show. I do not fucking care. I don't. I got some podcasters out there that would rather shit than to lose a viewer. They won't block anybody. Fuck them. I do not care. If you're not here to help people and to help us support these people in need and to help people less fortunate than you, I could give less than 2 shits if you watch this show or not. That's the only reason I show up. And I donate, according to Bob, over 30% of my fucking income to help these people, including what we raise on the show. And I have a 501c3. I am a not-for-profit organization. And sadly enough, I can legally keep 95% of the money, and there ain't shit anybody can do about it. They give you a fucking license to steal, and that's what politicians do. Well, I don't do that shit. And as I told my son, my conscience will not let me do that shit. So I'm telling you right up front, it says right on the letter from the IRS that I got when I got registered with the state, you have to donate at least 5% of the money you take in. Well, goddamn. Wasn't that sweet of us to do such a thing? And the Trump organization does it. I think theirs is 2%, according to some of the letters I've seen. So, like I said, if you're going to come in here and fucking be a smart ass, I'll get rid of you in a fucking heartbeat. I do not give a shit. So there we go. We're off and running. Don't make me mad. It just saddens me that people are that fucking selfish and that fucking hateful, and that they will come in here and brag. Well, you can't make me get a badge. You can't make me donate. Well, I can make you leave. I do have that power. So, and happy to use that power. So, good riddance. I'm not sure what Screw Dinky's laughing about, because you don't have a badge and you haven't donated either. So, have you ever heard the term I've used on here before called thin ice? Well, that's what you're on. All right. Let's see how we're doing. I'm not sure who Nephew Wayne is either. Don't think he's my nephew. That's okay. I'm going to get some on Thursday when I get my haircut. Great, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it was tomato sauce I needed, not spaghetti sauce, but regardless. Period. I'll get some on Thursday. I had asked my upstairs neighbor if he had any tomato sauce. I was going to make a big pot of chili tonight. Well, apparently the notifications went in. We got right at 190 people in here watching the show, floating back and forth, apparently between 182 and 190. So we appreciate it. Like I said, if they're not donating, it doesn't really matter. And if they're not commenting, it doesn't really matter. But according to the counter ticker here, we've got roughly floating between 180 and 190 watching the show. So I think we're still stuck at $40. If we raise 60, yeah, that's where we're stuck at. So we got $40, the $20 challenge from Randy Macho Man Satterley, $20 from Daniel Lemley. We appreciate both of you. And but that's the only two so far. So if we get 20 more, we will get a $50 donation from Edge Copeland. And that will get us to $110, and certainly a step in the right direction. Yeah, we have Jambi needing help with her electric bill. Ruby May's family needs help with their electric bill. Both of those are right in the neighborhood of 1,300 to 1,500 pesos, so roughly $30 on both of those. Let's see. Mylene's family needs rice. That's roughly about $30. So there's about 90. And then the help that we're trying to raise for Yeliz's family in Istanbul, who's suffering through the earthquake. And they're living in a pretty damaged apartment building right now. I think they're 7 stories up. And they're scared to leave. She's got a whistle around her neck and many of her family members in case the building collapses, so she can blow the whistle so they can find her. She says, we don't have anywhere to go to protect us from the elements, so we don't really have any choice but to stay here. You know, we can't really go out into the streets, and some people are doing that and pitching tents and shit, but she's in a bad way. She's in a bad way. So, so yeah, if we can just get $20 more in donations, that will get Edge Copeland to donate 50. One person by himself doing 50. We appreciate that out of Edge. But we have to raise 60 in here to do that, and we're still $20 shy. I've been on the air for 19 minutes, and after 30 minutes, if we raised over $60, I'll stay for another half an hour. And if not, I will shut it down, go watch some basketball or something, and see you all on Thursday. So the show is pretty much in your hands. So if you're watching the show and you're commenting, you know, the least you can do is donate a little something. It doesn't have to be 20. It doesn't have to be 30. If you donate even $5 or $10, it's a big help. Hello, Honey Rose. Honey Rose is wrapping up her college work on her way to school. Hopefully things going good with Honey Rose. Jasmine is about to head back to her college. She's been visiting her family for a few days. And what else we got here? TC from the, well, hang on here. Trying to see. I think TC from the NC's done a little something for us. TC from the NC has done $10. So that gets us to 50. And let's see here. And Randy the Macho Man Satterley wants us to get to that 60 mark. So he has donated another 20. That gets us to 70. And there's Edge Copeland. And Edge, we got you for the 50 because TC from the NC donated $10. And Randy Macho Man Satterley actually donated a total of 40. Daniel Lemley did 20. So, and Edge Copeland said that he would match 50 of that on the next show if we could raise to 60, and we've done that. So we're up to 110. So that helps. And 120, excuse me, we're up to 120. So that will take care of 2 electric bills and one small bag of rice. 25 kilograms of rice is nearly 1,600 pesos. That's about $32. But 25 kilograms will certainly help her and her 2 kids. And then, of course, we're trying to do what we can for Yila's over in Istanbul. Me and my son both get paid on Friday, and we're going to make a healthy donation to her. It's going to be nowhere near enough, but more than most people are going to do. We're still at, well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it very much. Adam also committed to get a couple of the Undertaker autograph pictures. Randy Satterley says he would like to get Trish Stratus within the next 30 days. Randy's done enough for this show. I'm happy to hold it for him. Adam Copeland will have his 2 Undertaker pictures held for him. I'm hoping to get them mailed out this week. It has been a bit of a stressful week as I had missed, Lord, nearly 3 weeks of work. So I had a little backup work I had to get done this week. And then, of course, I've only done 1 show in 3 weeks. So this is the second one. So we're way behind on donations. Our YouTube money's way down. So even the people that are watching the show that would like to do the little $5 or $10 donations in here, that is a help too, because today and tomorrow are the last 2 days that we can collect money for this month. Well, I've always tried to keep my word before. If I have nothing, I try to have my word. And Bob will be the first to tell you, sometimes I'm a little late getting these pictures mailed out, as I was with him. But they get them, and I owe you some pictures. And I think, do I owe? No, I think I got Donald Flowers caught up. I owe 2 of you pictures. God damn it. Maybe I do owe Donald Flowers a copy. Shit. Well, I better write everybody and find out who I owe pictures to. Definitely. Randy. Billy Sellers is the other one. Billy Sellers had ordered Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Hardy Boys. So Billy Sellers is the other person. Donald Flowers is caught up. Randy Satterley's caught up for the time being. He says he's going to get Trish Stratus a little bit down the road. So, if there's anybody else out there watching that would like to be a little bit more helpful, well, there's 176 of you watching, and we know how that goes. And no, thank you for tuning in, Adam. Greatly appreciated. And oh boy, I don't know what pictures we've got loaded up in here. Let me take a look and see. And we also have the QR code up there that if you want to donate that way, you can always donate through the QR code if that makes it easier for you. Checking out here real quick to see if I've got any of these pictures loaded. Always love showing those. That's when me, Cena, and Rico did Monday Night Raw at Freedom Hall. I think in the year 2000 is when that was. That was a very special night with a few memories that night. And then from one extreme to the other, that's me and Cena at St. Therese Gymnasium that had about 350 people at it. And look at John Cena wearing tights and boots. What do you think about that? That alone is should be controversy. Me and Jimmy Cornette's bedroom the night that I beat Eddie Gilbert in a shoot wrestling match at Rupp Arena. Supposed to have won $1,000. I think there's closer to 960 there, if I remember correctly. And what else we got? Do I have any of the wrestling photos? And John Cena himself, donate to the StarMaker or I'm going to kick your pansy ass. Now, I don't know what more you can look at the look on Cornette's face. I think even Jim Cornette's taking him seriously. The 15-year anniversary, I'm sorry, is it 15? No, 10 years. The 10-year anniversary of my book, I Probably Screwed You Too. I've got a few copies here. Might need to order a few more for the 10-year anniversary. That is going to be July the 15th. July the 15th will be the 10-year anniversary of my book. Hopefully, if you don't have one, you get one. I can't live forever. They're bound to go up at least $10 in value. I still have this picture left. We're waiting for a $350 donation or more, as said by Mr. John Cena Sr. That is also autographed by Tony Atlas down at the bottom of the picture. And if anybody would like to get John Cena's elbow grease and an autographed John Cena picture, that is an option as well. We have the autograph. I'm shocked I still have Rey Mysterio. I've got Rey Mysterio with the mask. And there's one of the Undertaker pictures that'll be going to Edge Copeland. We got a Johnny Nitro left. Donald Flowers already has one of those. What else we got there? Shawn Michaels. That might have also went to Donald Flowers. I'm trying to remember. And I think I only had the one. I'll have to look. If I got another one, I don't know. I'd have to look. There's the other Undertaker picture. We got 3 of them. Edge is going to end up with 2. There's Rey Mysterio without the mask. Another autographed John Cena picture from back in the old days, closer to the Thug Life days. Bret the Hitman Hart. I do have 1 or 2 of these left, autographed with me and Cornette. I know that Billy Sellers got 1. I think I've got 1 or 2 of those left of the autographed Midnight Express pictures. And then the Hardy Boys will be going to Billy Sellers along with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is the Steve Austin picture loaded in here? I thought it was. And, of course, when I beat Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship. I forgot what night. I guess that would have been September of 2003. They probably should have just handed me the belt because to be the man, you got to beat the man. Oh, and there's the Stone Cold Steve Austin picture. And Billy Sellers got one of those as well. So there we go. So that updates you on all the pictures there. And the Hardy Boys. And the Midnight Express, including beautiful Bobby Eaton, Dennis Condrey, Stan Lane, and James Elizabeth Cornette. There we go. Yeah, Billy says he's a changed man. Billy's been awfully good to us here recently. He says he doesn't want to be anything to do with that other show. I told him that was part of the stipulations. He's welcome to come back, but you know, we can't have espionage agents floating back and forth between the 2 shows. And he says he understands that, and he's happy to be back here, and we're happy to have Billy back and appreciate his contributions. And he says he will donate $40 on Thursday. We appreciate that. Very kind of you. Hopefully you're getting your golf cart there soon. I'm sure that'll make life just a touch bit easier for you. And, I guess I should take the pictures down. That might help. There we go. All righty. Looks like the TV finally paused off on something. So it is 9:29. And if you have any questions and if you've made a donation, feel free to ask whatever questions you'd like. I have not watched Raw. I haven't seen a thing, but many of you have told me that you thought it was good. Many of you said you thought it was good. So the donations once again tonight, Randy Satterley did 40. Daniel Levenley did 20. Tyler Cox, TC from the NC did 10. And Edge Copeland did 50 on top of that to take us to a grand total of 120. That will take care right about 3 of the people that are needing help. But obviously there's certainly more, but at least that's a step in the right direction. So if you're watching the show and you haven't donated, why? I think everybody's got $5, $10, $20 that ain't going to put them in the poorhouse. As a matter of fact, I found a thing on my app. I was going to do this for all my neighbors. I was going to do it tonight, but we had to reschedule it. I think we're going to end up doing it Friday night. I've got a thing on my app to where I can order the buy one, get one spicy chicken sandwiches from Popeyes, which was a former sponsor on this show. Had to get rid of them due to some bad management that was treating people badly, but the food's still good. We're just not going to order from that store. We'll order from another one here closer to me on this side of town. But I've got an app to where I can get 18 spicy chicken sandwiches that are normally $6 each. And with the credits I've built up from Instacart deliveries, I can get a $25 off that order. And then I got another thing to where if I order $35 worth of sandwiches or more, I get another 15 off. So 25, that's $40 off. And then the buy one, get one free, I can get 18 chicken sandwiches delivered to my door for $29.37. I sent a screenshot to both my son and Cam Moron. And we're going to get together Friday night, watch a little bit of Raw, watch a little bit of SmackDown, eat some chicken sandwiches. And I'm giving my neighbors some sandwiches. They don't know it yet, but we're going to have plenty. I can probably eat 2. Cameron can eat 2. My son will probably only eat 1. They can take 2 sandwiches home. We'll still have plenty of sandwiches left over. And we're going to give a few of my neighbors a couple of chicken sandwiches as well as a little bit of a surprise. And just try to teach everybody to be a good neighbor. Because, State Farm is there. Why did Lawler and Dundee has a short A? Buddy, you got me there. I have no idea. Could be scheduling, could be how the AWA wanted to handle it. The AWA was a very large umbrella back then. Lawler and Dundee were, I'm sure, a good portion of that umbrella. But due to their singles careers, they probably wanted to focus on that. Because you can have Lawler main event one town and Dundee main event another, and draw pretty damn good houses in both towns. If you have them as a tag team, now you can't have one main eventing one town and one main eventing another. And they did a lot of that back then. So that would be, to the best of my answer. Obviously, for television, you want to have Lawler and Dundee on the same shows. But when you're running split shows, which Memphis was the king of, they had many nights that there would be 2 shows in 2 towns. And Dundee and Cornette would normally be on one series of shows, and Lawler and Jimmy Hart would be on another series of shows. And they could do pretty good crowd-wise in both towns. Lawler, let's face it, would outdraw Dundee as a rule. Lawler was the booker, and Lawler more often than not had the belt. And if you have Lawler and Dundee as a tag team, well, you can only put them in one town as a tag team. And so that would probably be a large portion of the reason that title run was somewhat short, because they like focusing on their singles careers. Still no more donations. That's a shame that $90 of it's out of 2 people. That's the same. That's a shame. Got the money here. There we go. Good. Yeah, we sent Honey Rose a little money to help her with some college expenses that she's got, trying to get her wrapped up for the year. She's almost done. Jasmine is almost done. Doing my show right now, Jasmine, but I will check in with you once the show's over. And I know you're getting ready to head back very soon, but we will chat right after my show's over. Period. You be safe. Jasmine's very sweet, and wrapping up because she's graduating. This is it for Jasmine. And we've been some help to her, getting her through college. Her parents can only do so much. And we've been some help to her recently, even when I was sick, trying to keep everybody above water and to get them graduated. We've had to do that with several of the high school kids. And Eunice and Gwen and Annika. Well, you get me the prices of them and you let me worry about that. Well, thank God your mother makes good money, and I have no idea why your electric bill and gas bill is that high. Eunice says their water bill and electric bills are kind of high. We'll just have to see how we do. I might have to focus on your needs on Thursday and see if we can be of any help. All right. Yeah. Eunice is telling me that their water bill and their gas bill is pretty high. Apparently, the electric bill was 2,500 pesos. There's been a leak with the water bill, but they do that. Heart Delos needing help with her electric bill as well. Well, your mother was supposed to get paid tomorrow. Why are they delaying her pay by 15 days? Because that's a bunch of bullshit. Well, now we see the problem. Eunice's mother was supposed to get paid tomorrow, and they're trying to delay her to the 15th. What fucking reason could they give your mother to delay her 2 weeks on her pay? That is a crock of shit. Oh, good God. Well, tell her that her bills will not wait, and that's a bunch of shit. So, guys, now you see what my day is. As I deal with a lot of Filipino families, trying to help them stay above water, and companies, because Eunice's mother here works her ass off, 50 hours a week, sometimes 60 hours a week, and she's supposed to be paid tomorrow, and now they're telling her pay is going to be delayed for 2 weeks. Well, she can't afford to fucking do that. The water bill and electric bill ain't going to wait 2 weeks. Hell, they give you like 3 days or they'll cut you off. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, boy. He was a Cena or a prototype. Yeah, he was never Cena with us. We almost never, ever referred to him as John Cena. He was always prototype. Rico called him prototype. I called him prototype. And then when I got mad at him on TV and I was about to turn on him, that's when I called him John. And then he looks at me real serious. Like I said, yeah, I called you John because that's your name, asshole. And that's how people knew that we were getting serious, is that I called him John instead of prototype. So yeah, Eunice's family is being put in a pickle because her fucking mother's company's fucking her out of her pay for 2 weeks. I don't get some of these companies and how they get by with that shit. I have no idea. Can you imagine going to work every day and you think you're getting paid every 2 weeks, and they say, oh, by the way, we can't pay you. You're going to have to wait 2 more weeks. So we're going to pay you once a month instead of every 2 weeks. And there might be some of you out there that get paid once a month. I don't know. So, but yeah, 2,500 pesos is about $50 on the electric bill. And I'm sure the water bill is probably going to be pretty close to the same. So that's about $100. And we only have so much money here. So I don't know. I got this person that on Twitter that keeps writing me, says they want to donate $700,000 to me. All I got to do is give all this information to some Brinks company. And I've been jacking her around, and she's supposedly in Ontario, Canada, getting cancer treatment. I said, well, you better keep that money for yourself. Oh, I've got 3 insurance policies. I'm fine. They're doing the best they can. But me and my husband found you on the internet, and he passed away, and he thinks you'd be the best one to carry out our work. We just need this information from you. I said, well, here's the QR code. I don't need 700,000. Just donate 50,000 of the 700,000 to that QR code, and we'll help a lot of people. No, we don't want it to come across as we're money laundering. So they want me to give them a bunch of information before they will forward the $700,000 to help my charity. So she's working it hard, though. She's working it hard. From her hospital bed, writes me every day, wants to know why I haven't given them that information yet. That's why I've been sick. The things that people won't do to scam other people is unfucking real. So 9:39, we got about 20 minutes left here. Like I said, $90 of what we raised tonight came from 2 people. Randy the Macho Man Satterley. I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes, sweetie, and we'll let you know how it goes. Jasmine, hoping that the show goes well. She's having breakfast with her mother. Eunice is not very happy. The company sales is very low this month, and the manager ordered to delay their salary till then. Well, that doesn't do much to help you pay your bills, does it? Oh, God. So I don't see how the hell it changes anything. They're still going to owe her a month's salary on the 15th. Are they going to fuck her out of that too? This is my day, guys. You're just getting to see it play out live. And this is the shit that I get from JMB, and whether she needs help. Ruby Mae's mother, Hart, is in here watching the show. They need help. There's Hart right there. Giselle, mother, has been sick and hasn't made much money. They need help. Cheska needed help because she's been very sick recently. She works, but they pay her almost nothing per day, and she's been sick on top of that. And yeah. So Joey Jean has not asked for much help recently, thank God. Ruby Mae needing help with her school. I'm just kind of sitting here looking at the list. So we haven't heard from Good Chris or Nicole or a couple of others tonight. So who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll be here for 19 more minutes. See if we can get a few more donations in to help make up the difference. And Good Chris always comes through for us when he can. He does a good job for. I can't remember. He donated, I think, at least a couple 3 weeks ago. I think. Still drinking the sparkling water. I'll slide a Coke in every now and then. My weight loss surgery consultation has been moved up from May the 15th till this Friday at 11 a.m. That will be the 3.5-hour class where they tell you what you can do, what you can't do, the vitamins you need to buy, supplemental shakes you need to buy, all that various shit. So we got that going for us. And now whether they're moving the surgery up 2 weeks or not, I don't know. But the consultation's being moved up 2 weeks. So they might move the surgery up 2 weeks as well. I don't know. We're going to find out. Looks like my boss wrote me about something. Let me see what that's about. No, he was just congratulating me on having a great day. Didn't seem to come with a pay raise or anything, though. All right. So, yeah, we're down to roughly 15 minutes left on the show. The donations have dried up pretty bad. And like I said, lots of people watching the show, lots of people not donating. $90 of what we raised tonight came from two people. Randy the Macho Man Satterley and Edge Copeland did $90. Daniel Limley did 20, but Daniel is always doing 15, 20, 30 bucks here and there. We appreciate Daniel Limley. And Tyler Cox is normally always good for $10 on almost every show we do. Sometimes he even does 20. So there we go. I saw the Working Man. I watched Working Man too, Billy. I watched that on my Kodi device just a couple days ago. Hard to believe Jason Statham is 57 years old and still kicking ass and killing people at a record base. But yeah, I watched Working Man too. And if you haven't seen it, The Beekeeper is a very similar movie, only he's a beekeeper instead of a construction worker. But The Beekeeper is very good too. And I had family members that went and saw Thrillers yesterday. And I can get it on Kodi, but it's the cam version. I'm waiting for the digital version to come out. I watched about 30 minutes of it because the cam wasn't bad. And it was, from the first 30 minutes, pretty good. But they say it gets so much better after that. And I was told it was one of the top 5 movies that some of my family members had ever seen. That's pretty damn good acclaim. And so definitely the best movie they've seen in the past several years. And maybe top 5 movies of all time. And that's Thrillers, I think is the name of it. So I am looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, Beekeeper was pretty good. I mean, if you've seen kind of one Jason Statham movie, you've kind of seen them all. Just what job does he have and how many people is he going to kill? If it's 1 on 30, it don't matter. The 30 are in deep shit. That's just the way it goes. So, oh boy. So if you make a donation, certainly let me know. But I normally get notifications in my email, and we're not getting any of those. So out of the $120 we raised tonight, 90 of it came from 2 people. Doesn't say a lot for a lot of the other people watching the show that haven't done anything. So No, I couldn't make that guy donate, but I sure got rid of his ass, didn't I? We were able to do that. And I noticed the other ones that were chiming in, they said, well, we're just going to quit talking because we might have to donate. So they went away as well. So I think I made it pretty clear that if you're that selfish and don't want to even donate a handful of dollars to help these people, then you're not doing the show much good. So, and other than that, yeah, the Captain America movie I have not watched, but I heard is decent. But they say that the one that's going to be real good is this Thunderbolt movie that's coming out here in a couple of days. Jimmy Kimmel was raving about it. He had the entire cast on his show yesterday. So that looks like, if you're into those type of movies, that looks like that's going to be pretty good. And so we got that going for us. And yeah, it's looking like we're not getting any more donations tonight. So we'll get ready to wrap up here in a little bit. Billy says he's good for 40 on Thursday night. So that's something. And we'll see how it goes for the rest of the week. If you happen to catch this show late and you would like to help out these folks, especially the young girl in Istanbul who's going through the earthquake, a few of the families needing rice, educational assistance, electric assistance. You heard what's going on with Eunice's family. And we do what we can. We can't do everything, but we do as much as we can to be of some help to these people. And do what we can. That's all we can do. And that's what the show's always been about. It's what we've been doing for the better part of 14 years. And let's see, me and my watch movies on my TV. You and your what now? You and your watch. Don't know if I understand what you're trying to tell me. Lord. Anybody got any questions? Because our time is a ticking. I agree with that. I made tilapia tonight for my dinner, and that tartar sauce went on there and made it so damn much better. And I forgot how much you love that tartar sauce. So, yeah, we're not going to be losing that anytime soon. I might have to take me a mason jar down there and get me plenty of that tartar sauce and even offer to pay for it. I just got word from the Royals Chicken today is that their Nashville, oh, your mom, okay. Royals Chicken is going to be keeping the Nashville hot fish by popular demand. I was a lot of that popular demand. Last time I was there a few days ago, they loaded me up with some of the Nashville hot fish. And some customers were coming in that were seeing it on my plate. I was sitting outside eating and meeting some old wrestling fans that had come up to say hey. And then as we were getting ready to leave, this family's coming in. I said, hey, man, I got to recommend, if you like fish, you got to try the Nashville hot fish. He goes in, looks at the menu. He comes back out. He says, how hot is it? I said, however hot you want it. I said, I get mine at a level 2. I said, I think they go up to like a level 5, level 6. He said, all right. So he went back in. Apparently he was raving about it. And the Royals Chicken has decided to keep the fish on the menu. They were going to do away with it after Lent, but they said it was very popular this year and people just keep asking about it. I know we promote the hell out of it here on this show, and still have 179 people watching the show. You've seen how many people donated. But yeah, the Nashville hot fish will be remaining at Royals. So if you enjoy that, Arby's was also very good to us recently. I'm going to be going back visiting Arby's Friday afternoon. Might be one of my last real meals that I have after I have consultation on Friday. I have not done the Reuben yet. People are telling me to get the Reuben. I have not done that yet. I normally get what Disco Inferno recommended, which was the 78 grams of protein in the double-sized Market Fresh turkey sandwich. They double it up and load up on the protein. We also have been doubling up on the, I call it the gyro, but it's the gyro. It is a great sandwich as well. And is Outback still open? Yeah, there's still some Outbacks open here. I haven't been in a long, long time, but we still have some of them open here. And, but yeah, the Nashville hot fish, if you go by Royals Chicken, downtown Louisville here, just look them up on your phone. They're also opening a new restaurant that is not called Royals. I got to get the name of it. I told them we would help promote that as well. And of course, the Fish House has some amazing fish too. They do not do a Nashville style fish, but they do have some amazing fish at the Fish House. Carrabba's Bar and Grill. I'm hoping to go back there before my weight loss surgery for a nice Italian meal before that all gets wrapped up. Our good friends at McDonald's, we promote 3 locations there, LaGrange and a couple of them on Barchtown Road. And good old Arby's over there off of Breckenridge Lane and Taylorsville Road, I believe it is. Do I have that right? Is it Taylorsville Road? I think it's Taylorsville Road. And but right over there by Zip's Car Wash, Mike's Car Wash. I'm looking to get a deal with Zip's Car Wash. Carl's Jr. is not doing well here. They've never been real monster here in the Louisville market. We've got Hardee's. I think there's more Hardee's here than Carl's Jr. They're good. You know, anytime I've had them, they've been good, but I don't see many of them. And I didn't even realize y'all had those in Australia. So about 9 minutes to go. Still seeing if we're going to get any. It ain't looking good on the donations. 2 people with $90. All right. So what do you do? What do you do? 8 minutes left, guys. I'm going to try to honor my word and stay the full hour. Even though the donations, once that last donation came through from Paul, or not Paul, but Randy Macho Man Satterley, that was it. No one else donated anything. And those that were running their mouths with no badges and no donations, they shut up. They quit talking. Pretty much what we expected. And so we got 7 minutes left. If you have any questions for those of you that have donated or have a badge, ask them, and I'll do my best to answer. We have 175 of you watching the show. You tightwad little bitches. That's all I can say. Kenny's so mean. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm the one. Dutch Mantel wrote me today asking me what my cell phone number was. I think he tried to reach me when I was sick, and I was not answering my phone during that time. So I told him I would get him my number after the show. I know he's back doing his podcast again after being down for a while. And I think Dutch is one of those that don't like to block people. Over here, I don't have a problem with it. And because we're just set up on subscribers tonight. I mean, we let pretty much everybody get through. I know where the block button is. And Bob might be back with us on Thursday. We shall see. I guess he will. Who's going to be in the NBA Finals? Well, I'll tell you what. Cleveland is looking mighty good with their big star, Louisville's Donovan Mitchell. They beat the absolute dog shit out of and Narn, it wouldn't kill you to make a donation. It would not kill you to make a donation. But Donovan Mitchell, Louisville Cardinal fame, has been kicking ass over there with Cleveland. They are a #1 seed, and they slaughtered Miami. And I'm normally a fan of Miami, but I was looking at the score last night. It was 121-57. Have you ever seen an NBA playoff score like that? And it was at Miami. Cleveland went into Miami and was up 121-57 in the third. They hadn't even got to the fourth quarter yet. They had third stringers playing the game for Cleveland in the fourth quarter. At the beginning, late in the third, they had third stringers in, and they were still scoring. So it was bad. It was bad. The Indiana Pacers are playing some good ball right now. The Lakers, I think, are about to get knocked out. The Lakers were a 3 seed playing the Timberwolves as a 6 seed. And I'll mention something else. I never talk about hockey on here because I just fucking hate hockey. I can't understand how anybody south of the Mason-Dixon line gives 2 shits about hockey. But there was nothing else on last night other than the slaughter basketball game where Cleveland had a 60-point lead. So I peek in at a little hockey because I'm from Florida originally, and it's 2 Florida teams playing, the Panthers and the Lightning. Tampa Bay versus the Florida Panthers. I think the Florida Panthers are based out of Miami. Of course, Tampa Bay, pretty self-explanatory. And like I said, I never fucking watch hockey. And when I tune in, Tampa Bay scores 2 goals in 11 seconds. Unfucking heard of for a hockey team to get 2 goals in 11 seconds. So I quit watching that. Yeah, Tampa Bay's up. Looks good. 2-0, 2-1, whatever it is. Tune back in later, and it's late in the game, and the Panthers are down. And what happens? The Panthers get 2 goals in 11 seconds. So both Florida teams get 2 goals in 11 seconds. Right about the time that I tuned in to watch is like, well, we better score. Kenny's not going to be watching the game. So the Panthers get 2 scores in 11 seconds. The Tampa Bay earlier in the game got 2 goals in 11 seconds. And then Florida gets an empty netter and wins the game 4-2. So, and I think Bob's, I don't know who Bob's rooting for. He wears the Dallas jersey all the time like he's a fucking fan. I guess Bob's rooting for Dallas over Colorado, even though Bob has roots to Colorado. I think he went to school there. But I think he picks Dallas over Colorado. And last I saw, I think Dallas is up on Colorado like 3-1 or something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch any of that game, but I did see some highlights on the ESP event. This is great that I get to talk about hockey to wrap up the show and still get no donations. Narn, you're not going to donate? Pitiful. He does have a badge, though. That's why I answered his question. Paul RJ got a badge. I always tell Paul not to donate because if he donates 20, we get 10. I tell him not to donate, but he does it anyway. More than I can say for a lot of you. Narn Anderson just ain't even going to answer. Just ain't even going to answer. So, yeah, I'll probably be rooting for Cleveland due to Donovan Mitchell from the University of Louisville. If Donovan were playing for Miami, I'd have been rooting for Miami. The Lakers, I always love seeing them get their ass handed to them. Jasmine's a big NBA fan. She says she was watching some of the Cleveland Miami game last night herself in the Philippines. No, there's no Aussie football news. No, there's none. There's no such thing. It's like unicorns. You better find them in a movie because there's no such thing as Aussie football news. There's just none. Just none. We've about reached that limit. I'm going to take one last look. I know damn well you donated or you told me. $90 out of 2 people. The rest of you, fuck it. We don't care about those people. All right. All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me see if it has anything to go with it. Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this. Bob Hazelwood, I don't know if he heard me talking about hockey or not, but Bob Hazelwood has made a $30 donation tonight, which tonight is going to be a big help because every $30 we raise is helping another family. Bob Hazelwood has donated $30. He says, this is 100% of the Shadur Sanders signing bonus. Probably pretty close to right. Shadur Sanders, who was originally, and we're down to like a minute left anyway. Shadur Sanders was someone I had my eye on. Of course, Cam, whatever the fuck his name is with Miami. Cam, it ain't Cam Newton. That's somebody else. Whatever Cam's name is, somebody on here knows. Cam of Miami was the number 1 pick overall. Originally, he was not slated to be the number 1 pick. The number 3 pick overall was supposed to be Shadur Sanders, coached by Neon Deion Sanders with, is it Colorado that they played with? They played the Buffaloes, right? He was supposed to be the number 3 pick. So we watch round 1. Shadur Sanders does not get picked. Round 2, he does not get picked. Round 3, he does not get picked. Round 4, he does not get picked. I think they got halfway through round 5, and Cleveland traded up 20 spots. From like the 180s to the 160s to get Shadur Sanders. They traded up 20 spots to get him. So he's going to be a Cleveland Brown. He's going to be a Cleveland Brown. And I don't know how many quarterbacks they got, but apparently he got labeled as a bit of a prima donna and a pain in the ass to deal with. And a lot of teams said, you know what, fuck him. He ain't going to be worth the time and trouble that he's going to cost us. So I didn't know that. I figured he was well coached by Neon Dion, but yeah, I'm sure Neon Dion was a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with when he played with the Falcons and the Cowboys. And can't remember if there was any other teams. I'm sure there was, but Neon Dion. So so it's 10:01. We honored our deal here. Thank you, Bob, for the donation. I talked about hockey, Bob. I talked about hockey. I talked about Tampa Bay. Talk about Florida Panthers, 4 goals in 22 seconds. It's a lot of goals in 22 seconds. And then the empty netter, which was only about a minute later. And then apparently the Dallas Stars are looking, the StarMaker, the Dallas StarMakers. Apparently they're looking pretty good too. They drew for the slots of the Kentucky Derby. And I always pick the 8 horse every year. No matter what fucking horse is coming out of the 8 gate, I always pick the number 8 horse. This year, the favorite is running out of the 8 slot. And if I remember correctly, the uniform that jockey's wearing has stars on it. Tell me that ain't meant to be. Tell me that ain't meant to be. So it's only going off at 3-1 odds, so it's not going to be paying much money or anything. But I always pick the 8 horse. I always considered 8 my lucky number. Probably because of Joe Morgan of the Cincinnati Reds. I wore number 8 when I played baseball in high school. I made a man-made, personally made with a red ink pen. I had a Cincinnati Reds jersey, and I drew the name Ryzen in block letters on the back and gave myself the number 8 and gave me a big. That's a pretty good artist back then. I did a pretty good job. I just did it with a fucking red ink pen. And I guess I was 11, 12 years old max. But I wanted a Joe Morgan jersey. So I drew one with a red ink pen. Didn't look too bad. If I'd had a red Sharpie, it would have looked better. But we couldn't afford Sharpies. But I had a few red ink pens, and I went through a few of them to make that jersey. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of tonight's show. Thank you, Bob. Believe it or not, your $30 was a big help tonight. We appreciate that. And lots of electric bills to be paid. And, might have to send you some of it back because Ruby May is one of the families that needs help. So I might have to send that back to you. But I'll get with you after the show on how to do that. We're wrapping up the show with 169 people watching the show. Billy, you're going to bed at 10 o'clock on a weeknight? Damn, Billy. Yeah, sweetie, I don't know if we can raise that kind of money for that or not. That ain't looking good. Period. Your company is going to have to find a way to get your mother some bill money, at least. Period. And I'm wrapping up the show now, and we'll see what can be done. But your company at least needs to provide your mother the money to pay the water bill and the electric bill. You do have plenty of rice. We brought you over 300 pounds of rice just a few weeks ago. So I know you got plenty of rice, but that company is going to have to come up with some goddamn electric and water bill money. That's the least they can fucking do. You're watching it all play out here, ladies and gentlemen. Watching it all play out here. This is my day almost every day. Only you're seeing it here live on the show because, I don't have any help tonight. So thanks to Bob Hazelwood with his $30. Thanks to Randy the Macho Man Satterley with his $40. Thanks to Edge Copeland for his $50. $20 from Daniel Lemley. $10 from Tyler Cox. And I think that got everybody covered. And thank you very much. I got to get out of here. I'm already 5 minutes late. I'm going to watch some sports on television, maybe some basketball. I don't know what else on tonight. I guess I'm going to find out as we go. But until Thursday night at 9 p.m., give or take a few minutes, I'm the StarMaker, and I did say